Welcome to our About Us page. Here we're going to tell you a little bit about who we are and where we come from and why we are here.
Yes. We are here because we are passionate about creating a new paradigm on this planet for people showing up authentically as who they are and healing the constructs around sexuality and
Empowering women, empowering men to be their most authentic selves, to be able to connect. This is how we are going to change the world.
This is how we are changing the world. Each woman who experiences our program rebirths herself as the goddess that she was born to be here on the planet. And each man gets in touch with the sacred warrior within. It's so incredibly powerful. And the couples that come to us and experience our deep connection sacred couples retreat program, it is so beautiful to witness them each doing the work to heal themselves individually and then coming together
and creating something brand new.
Yeah,
in a
it's
relationship.
just absolutely amazing.
It is amazing.
And so that is our passion. That's why we're here on this earth and why we're doing the amazing healing work that we're doing, integrative orgasmic healing, which is so incredibly powerful.
Who we are? My name is Inanna, and I come from the background of very strict religious upbringing, and in the 60s in the South. And so I took on a lot of guilt. I took on a lot of self-limiting beliefs, and it took me a good part of my lifetime to let go of that and to move on to who I am. I spent time as an engineer. I spent time in the nuclear industry, working on nuclear reactors, in the U.S. Navy, and in research facilities at both Los Alamos and the Idaho National Engineering Laboratory. Very technical work. From there, I went on to semiconductor industry, engineering in that industry, and in the medical equipment. I worked on radiation machines that treat cancer. While I found rewards with that work, I knew there was more. And the biggest thing I got to discover was who I was. Stepping into that, stepping into letting go of all the things that I wasn't, and finally getting to know myself was a powerful, powerful experience. And that required experiential work. Not reading a book, not hearing what somebody else had to say, not going to a counseling session and sitting on a couch and talking about my past, but going into processes that took me out of my safe space, took me out of my comfort zone, forced me to stretch and to really discover that there was so much more to who I was than I'd ever known. And the best and the most amazing experiential program I ever experienced was our integrative orgasmic healing process. At the time, it was called explosive sexual healing, and it was created by our mentors and friends, Ben Rohde and Jen Rohde. And what they created together is magical. And when we experienced it for ourselves, we realized this was our life purpose. And now what we got to experience for ourselves, and you'll see that if you look at our transformation pictures, what we got to experience ourselves is what we offer our clients, what we offer the earth. This is how we create change on this planet in this lifetime.
Yes.
And we are so excited to step into it.
Yes. My own personal experience, I also was raised in a very repressed religious society, the fundamentalist Mormon church, which practices polygamy. It is very patriarchal. I did not have a voice. Women do not have a voice in that religion. And it was so deeply repressed and shamed in that way of being that I really had no clue or connection with who I was, with who I am. And I had to repress that part of me to even be able to survive and fit in that kind of um, belief system. Because really, I couldn't be in touch with my sexuality or my voice because of the deep level of fear that is instilled in such organizations to keep people under control. And when you're operating at that level of fear, that I can't even speak up and be who I am at any level because if I do, I'll go to hell. It's really, really scary place to be. I was actually in a state of depression. And as a nurse, that's really strange place to be, to have the suicidal thoughts. And, still I'm the professional. I'm the one who's supposed to be supporting everyone and being the strong one and taking care of everyone else. And yet I was not taking care of myself. And I didn't choose that route because I had 12 children. And I knew that no one would love them like I did. So I had to stay for them. And then finally, about 7 years ago, I left. And it was through about a year-long process where I actually got in touch with the truth that the only thing that was keeping me trapped, which felt trapped, was my own self-limiting beliefs that anything was true in it. And that I had to be good enough for God to love me, or that I would go to hell. So once I released that belief that there was any truth in the constructs of religious dogma, and realized that God did want me to be happy and to have the amazing, beautiful relationship that I deserved, then I let that go. I left, and it was so freeing. And I wrote in my journal how it would feel to have the beautiful, intimate relationship that I deserved, and what that would look like. And about 2 weeks later, this man asked me out, and it's been one crazy, amazing journey ever since. And at that point, I thought I'd done a lot of work. And then we discovered this modality, or what has become this modality. And there was so much more work to do. There was so much more healing to experience. And that's because we store these traumas and emotions on not just the emotional level, but on the body, physical level, and on the energetic levels. And so that was still in my body, and I had to release it. And that's what is so powerful about the work that we do. It releases on all three levels simultaneously, and then reprograms through reprogramming the subconscious mind with the orgasmic work, which is incredibly important and pure genius by our mentors in coming up with this process. So that is what we want to hand on to you. And the amazing miracles that we have experienced, and coming in touch on a deep level with who we truly are and with our life purpose. And it's just absolutely beautiful.
If any of this resonates with you, contact us. Send us a note. There's contact information all over our website.
Yeah.
We invite you to let us know what you're interested, what questions you have, and we'll be happy to set up a personalized phone call with you. and discuss what we can create for you, what kind of results we can create for you.
Mhm. And this modality is all about rebirth. And the work that I used to do as a nurse and a midwife trained me perfectly for this. And going through this process is every bit as intense and every bit as transformational as the day you were born.
Mhm.
And it's just, you're just giving birth to the real you, the
We have,
goddess or sacred warrior within.
yes, we have the kind of job that when we finish with a session, we walk out and look at each other and go, wow.
Wow, yes.
Wow. We get to see people at their most authentic. We get to see them shed layers, and we get to see who they truly are. And all there is in that environment, all there is love. All you can
Yes.
own. Whenever you see somebody that clearly, that authentically, you can only love them.
Yes. Yes. Absolute magic and miracles in every session. We love this.
Namaste.
Namaste.